Good morning, everybody. My name's Louise. Hi out there to all of our friends. I miss you guys. Welcome to this gentle yoga flow. All you'll need is a mat, have a little water nearby. What else? That's it. Let's just bring your love to your mat, okay? So let's start lying on our backs. Here we go. So take yourself to your mat, lying back. Allow your feet to fall to the outside corners and your shoulders heavy. Relax through the fingers. I want to take this first few moments really just to recognize our breath. So start just paying attention to how you're breathing. Are the inhales longer? Are the exhales longer? Are you breathing deep or are those shallow breaths? On your next exhale, try to breathe as much air out of your lungs. And now start to lengthen the inhale through the nose. And now exhale through the mouth. Again, inhale through the nose. Breathe it in. Try to fill up those lungs. And now exhale it out. One more time. In through the nose, nice and long. And now lengthen the exhale just as long as the inhale was. Breathe it out. And now doing the same inhale for 4, for 3. This time keeping your mouth closed, but keep your throat the same openness. Exhale, try to make the sound in the back of your throat. Inhaling 4, 3, 2, and 1. And exhale through the nose for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Again, inhale for 4, for 3, for 2. This time just hold the breath for 4, for 3, for 2, and out through the nose. Push that air out for 4, for 3, for 2. Pause on this side. Empty lungs. Feel the emptiness. 2. And again, inhale. Breathe that breath for 4. Deep into the belly, 3. Expand the lungs, 2. Right up to the collarbone and hold. Feel the fullness in your lungs. Stay calm as you hold this breath. Just another couple of seconds. Feel the fullness, feel the heaviness of the back of your ribs against your mat. And now pull the belly in for 4. Squeeze the lungs for 3. Exhale that air for 2 and 1. Empty the lungs completely. Start coming back to a natural breath. You're calm in your body. I want you to be calm in your mind. I think that is something we need to take from our mat today, each and every one of us. So tap into those thoughts, feelings that are circulating around in that head of yours. And I want you to try quiet your mind right here. Start to just focus on your breath, and whenever any other thought starts to pop in, redirect. This is a good exercise to lead towards meditation. Start to control what you think about. It's so easy to get lost in negative thoughts, negative feelings. They seem to want to take over. So let's find one thing to be happy about, grateful for. Think of that thing right now. Cultivate an intention, something that is going to help you through your days. A positive thought, a feeling. And once you've captured that, I want you to come back to that one thought. Plant that seed whenever your mind starts to wander throughout your practice today. So let's take one more full breath, inhaling, cultivate that thought, breathe that positivity into your soul. And now let it remain there as you just softly breathe it back out. Leave anything that's not working for you right here on your mat. You can open your mind, open your eyes, and draw your knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around the outside of your shins, and you're going to rock side to side. Start to warm up your spine. Your mind is quiet, and your body is relaxed. And find stillness as you take your hands now, just hold on to the back of the thighs. And on an inhale, you're going to roll yourself onto your shoulders. Exhale as you start moving forward. And you're just warming up the length of your spine. Let's take a few moments just here, breathing, inhaling back onto your shoulders, exhaling as you come up into boat. Do one more on your own. And now this one, let's do together. Inhaling back. Exhale as we hold nice and tall in this boat pose. You can lengthen the legs for 4, for 3, for 2, and rolling yourself back. Void your neck. Exhale as you come up, hold again. Maybe opening up through the arms. And rolling back. And holding up, boat pose. 3, 2, and let's do one more. Inhale back. Exhale as we come up for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Crossing at the ankles now. Place your hands in front and meet me here in a tabletop position. Your hands open. Feel space between your fingers pressing down through your thumb, and your knees are directly under your hips. You're long through the spine. You're going to take a full breath. And as you exhale, push yourself back and find your first child pose. Take a couple of breaths here. We're going to breathe into each pose, holding just a little longer through our flow today. So on an inhale, push yourself forward, find your tabletop. Exhale, as you press yourself back, find your child pose. Again, inhale to tabletop. Exhale, child pose. Inhale, find that tabletop and hold. Take a full breath here as you maybe realign your spine. Make sure your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. And now reaching forward with the right arm. Thumb faces up. Press back through the left heel. And your toes are down, that pinky toe facing towards the ground. Inner thighs pull towards each other. Try to find this bird pose. Activating the core, I want you just to hold, breathe into this pose as you lift that arm to frame the head, lifting that leg so you feel that left glute, belly to the spine, pull your hips up. One more full breath as you lift, and as you exhale, bring the elbow to the knee, draw the forehead in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to the knee. One last time. Inhale, lengthen. And this time, place the hand and the knee to the ground. Sit yourself back, find your child pose. On an inhale, press forward to tabletop. And now, keeping your hips square to the front, just reach up with your right arm. Exhale as you thread the needle. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, now allow that right arm to lower to the ground. Soften into the shoulder and just take a stretch here. Left hand can just find the small of your back. Take one full breath as you open up through the shoulders. Returning the left hand to the ground, step up and into the right, curl your toes under, and just lift slightly. Find your bear pose. Continue to breathe. Take one more full breath, and you're going to press all the way back. Find your first downward facing dog. Maybe pedal out, warming up the back of the legs, one heel and then the other pushing towards the ground. Even start to move through the hip. And now find stillness as you press both heels towards the ground. Just a direction, remember, never force, nice and strong. On an inhale, come forward to plank. Hold your first high plank. Shoulders over the wrists. You're nice and strong. You're up high on your toes. Take one full breath. And now lowering to the knees. Chin, chest, belly all the way down on curl the toes and just sliding forward. Thread yourself forward and up. And lowering yourself down, curl the toes back. Push yourself onto your knees. Uncurl the toes and find your child pose. Take a nice full breath as we warm up our body. Inhale forward to tabletop. And now, reaching forward with the left arm, you're going to press back through the right heel. Again, toes are down. Your thumb faces up. Inner thighs pull towards each other. Square the hips. And you're staying active in this bird pose. Continue to breathe. Take one more full breath as you lift. Exhale as you bring the elbow to the knee. Inhale as you lift. Exhale, elbow to the knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to the knee. One last time. Inhale, lengthen. And now return the hands and the knee to the ground and press yourself back. Find your downward or your child pose. Inhale forward to tabletop. And again, keep your hips square to the front as you reach up now with the left arm. Try to open up through the chest. Take a full breath, lengthen. Exhale as you thread the needle. Inhale as you reach. Exhale, thread the needle. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, thread the needle. Inhale as you lengthen. And this time, exhale, lower the left arm to the ground, soften into the left shoulder. And rest onto your left temple. Maybe the right arm finds the small of your back. Continue to breathe. Focus on those positive thoughts. Returning your right hand to the ground, push into that hand. Find yourself in tabletop, curl the toes under. Take one full breath. And as you exhale, you're going to find your bear pose. Holding that bear pose for 2 full breaths. In through the nose. One more. And as you exhale that air, press yourself back. Find your downward facing dog. Again, pedaling one heel and then the other. And find stillness as you press both heels towards the ground. On an inhale, lift up high onto your toes. Exhale, heels to the ground. Inhale, high up onto your toes. Exhale, heels to the ground. One last time. Inhale and exhale. And now looking between your hands. On an inhale, just soften your knees, come up high on your toes and make your way to the front of the mat. Your toes will touch, heels slightly apart. And lengthen halfway. And exhale, fall. Take 2 full breaths here. One more full breath as you press the hips to the ceiling, just trying to lengthen the back of the legs. And now, holding on to the floor, just pedal at the knee. And again, find stillness. Soften those knees, belly to the spine, as you sweep your arms towards the sky, palms touch. Exhale as you bring your hands to heart. And releasing. Roll those shoulders up and back. Breathe one more time, up and back. On an inhale, lengthen palms touch. Exhale as you rain forward, hands to the ground, inhale halfway. Exhale, you're going to step that right foot back. Allow the knee to the ground, keep your toes tucked. And on an inhale, you're going to reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart. Returning the hands to the floor, you're going to step that left foot back. Find your high plank. Take one full breath. And now lowering down onto the knees. Come all the way down. Uncurl the toes. Lift cobra or up dog. Exhale, curl the toes under. Push yourself back. Find your downward facing dog. Inhale, right heel to the ceiling. Exhale, bring that foot through. Allow the left knee to the ground, uncurl. And on an inhale, you're going to reach up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart. Returning the hands to the floor, step both feet together at the front of your mat, toes touch. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fall. Let's take a couple of breaths here. If you need any support, just cross over at your thighs. You're breathing your hips high. And you're exhaling your forehead towards your shin. Again, holding on to the floor, just soften at the knee. And find stillness. And now, belly to the spine, soften those knees, and on an inhale, you're going to sweep your arms up, keep your hips low. Exhale as you sit down into your first chair pose. Continue to breathe as you pull your belly in towards your spine. Tuck your tailbone just slightly, squeeze the legs together. You're strong in your focus. You're calm in your breath. And now we're placing the hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, you're going to step your right and then your left foot back. Find your plank pose. Breathe. You're going to come down onto your knees. Come all the way down, push forward and up. Exhale, as you push yourself back, find your downward or your child pose. You're going to inhale to tabletop. Curl the toes under, and you're going to find that bear pose. You're going to take that right foot forward, keeping that left knee towards the ground. Inhale, you're going to find bear in the air. Reach. Continue to pull that left hip forward as you try to reach up, look up. Returning the hand to the ground. Bring that knee back, find your bear pose, lower the knees to the ground, and sit back, find your child pose. On an inhale, tabletop, curl the toes under. Find your bear pose again, knees just hover above the ground. And this time, you're going to step your left foot forward. Keep that right knee tucked under, directly under the hip, and on an inhale, you're going to come up bear in the air. As you now press through the right hip, you're reaching up. Keep the shoulders soft. Find your intention, focus on it, and staying calm in your body, calm in your mind. Return the hand to the floor, and this time, step both feet together, toes touch. Inhale halfway, exhale fall. Soften the knees, and now sweeping the arms, find your chair pose. Exhale as you come down into those hips. Bring your hands to heart. Breathe as you focus on one spot. Continue to lower down through those hips, drawing the shoulder blades together. Be strong in your spine. Return the hands to the floor. Inhale halfway. Exhale as you step that right foot back. Keep that back leg active. You're up high on your toe. You find your runner's lunge. And now placing the right hand into the left inside foot. Abs tight as you just reach up with that left arm. Continue to lift your belly off your thigh. Rotate those left ribs back as you draw the right ribs down. Returning the hands to the floor. Step that left foot back. Find your plank pose. Take a full breath. Either lower to the knees or just come all the way down. Push forward and up. baby cobra or up dog, legs hovered above the ground. And exhale, find your downward facing dog. A breath together in through the nose, open the mouth. On an inhale, right heel to the ceiling. Exhale as you draw the knee to the nose, step it through. One hand on either side of the foot, activate that back leg. Continue to breathe in this runner's lunge. And now the left hand to the inside of the right foot. Belly to the spine as you reach up. Continue to breathe. Try to think of one shoulder stacked above the other. And now start to move your gaze up. You should see your thumb pretty much over your nose. Breathe. Return the hand to the floor. And you're going to step both feet together. Toes touch. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fall. Taking the hands to the small of your back. Inhale, hips high. Exhale, let your shoulders fall forward. Allow your forehead towards your shin. Breathe. Return the hands to the floor, soften the hips, and on an inhale, sweep your arms into chair. Exhale as you lower down through the hips, bring your hands to heart. On the inhale, now lift up onto your toes. Exhale as you lower down your hips towards the ground. Try to stay focused. One more full breath. And now return the hands to the floor. You're going to step that right foot back. On an inhale, you're going to lengthen all the way up, high lunge. Exhale as you bring your hands to heart. Continue to breathe. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lengthen. Straightening out that front leg. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lower. Return the hand to the ground. You're going to step back into your plank. Take one full breath. Whether on your knees or not, come all the way down. Find yourself in baby cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On an inhale, right heel to the ceiling. Exhale, step it through. You're pressing back through that left heel. Lift yourself off that right thigh. Now on an inhale, you're going to reach up, look up. Exhale as you lower down into that left hip, hands to heart. Focus. Redirect any thoughts that are not serving you through your practice. Focus on the breath. Inhale high, lengthen that front leg. Exhale low. Inhale high. Exhale low. Inhale high. Exhale low. Return the hands to the floor. You're going to step both feet together. Toes touch. Inhale halfway. Exhale fall. Soften the knees and belly to the spine as you sweep your arms up. Exhale as you bring your hands to heart. Sit back into your chair. And now hinging slightly forward from the hip. Take the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Belly to the spine. As you lift your belly off your thighs, try to rotate the right ribs back. Left ribs down. Try not to let one knee move forward of the other. Inhale back to center. And again, hinging at the hip. Take the right elbow to the outside of the left knee now. Again, draw the belly up and in. And try to bring the left rib cage back as you draw the right ribs down. And again, keep the knees squeezed against one another. Gently. Focus on one spot, keeping your shoulders soft. And a nice gentle breath. breathe. On an inhale, lengthen all the way up. Look up. Exhale as you open up your arms, swan dive, gaze forward. Gaze forward, and when no longer available, hands to the ground. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, you're going to step your right foot back. Allow it now to 45 degree. And now on an inhale, you're going to come up. Exhale, bring your hands to heart. Find your warrior one. Your hips are square to the front, shoulders square to the front. You're active in both legs. You're going to inhale as you lengthen. And you're going to exhale as you bring your hands behind, interlace the fingers, cross the thumb, and lower your left shoulder to the inside of that left knee. Allow your head to be heavy. Humble warrior, breathe. Release the hands to the floor, to the inside of that left foot. You can move that left foot over. You're going to lift that back heel so both feet are facing the same direction. Allow the knee to the ground. Uncurl the toes, slide into that right hip. And now allow both elbows towards the ground. Find your lizard pose. Feel free to open up that hip by moving out to the outside part of that left foot. Continue to breathe. You may be able to even lengthen further into that right hip, depending on the flexibility you work with in your practice. And then moving your hands back into the inside of that left foot, you're going to curl the toes under and you're going to lift back up. Allow the heel to drop. Move that left foot in if you choose. Find your anchor, align your body, and now open yourself up. Find your extended right angle. Breathe. You're going to inhale the arms to the ground and exhale as you reach for the sky. Inhale towards the ground, exhale as you reach for the sky. Inhale and exhale. Sweep your right arm forward. And you're going to step both feet back. Find your high plank. Take a full breath. Come all the way down. Uncurl. Lift. Up dog, baby cobra. Exhale. Downward facing dog. A breath together in through the nose. Open the mouth. On an inhale, right heel to the ceiling. Exhale, knee to the nose as you step it through. Allow that back foot to drop, heel towards the ground, 45 degrees. Step it in a little bit, finding the middle of your mat. And on an inhale, you're going to come all the way up, warrior one. And bring your hands to heart. Breathe. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale as you take your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, cross the thumb. And you're going to exhale as you lower your right shoulder to the inside of that right knee. Feel free to realign if you choose. Try to keep the shoulders square and your head heavy. Humble warrior. Lifting those arms if you can. Find some length across the chest. Taking yourself back up now, release the hands to the ground. You're going to lift that back foot so the toes are in the same direction, heel is lifted. Allow the knee to the ground, uncurl the toe. And allow yourself to slide into that left hip as you lower your shoulders down to the inside of the right thigh, even finding the edge of the foot if you want a little more space. Find your lizard pose. Continue to breathe into the back of the ribs. Each exhale, allow gravity to assist moving you further towards the ground. You're going to walk your hands back in, curl the toes under, find length in that back leg. And now dropping that heel, you're you're going to open yourself up. Find your right extended ankle. You're going to inhale as you come down, exhale as you reach up. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Both hands to the ground. You're going to step the feet so they're about shoulder width apart. Create a fist. And now softening into the hips. On an inhale, bring those arms parallel to the floor as you sit yourself down, find your chair pose. Shoulders are soft. Continue to breathe as you press your arms long. Try to draw your shoulder blades together. Sit yourself up. Focus. Keep your face soft. Your thoughts focused and happy. Release the hands to the floor. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, hands touch, step or jump yourself back to find your high plank. Lowering your right knee towards the ground. Exhale it back. Left knee towards the ground. Exhale it back. Drawing both knees towards the ground. Walk the toes in slightly. Find your bear pose. Knees directly under the hip. You're going to step your left foot back or forward. With that right knee still tucked, you're going to come all the way up. Continue to breathe. Find your bear in the air. Return your hands to the ground. You're going to find your high plank. Take one full breath. Coming all the way down. Push forward, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale, forward to plank. Lower your left knee to the ground. Pull it back. Right knee towards the ground. Pull it back. Both knees now, hold. Walk the toes in. Find your knees directly underneath your hips. Be strong in your arms, belly to the spine. And you're going to step your right foot forward. Continue to keep that left knee 90 degrees and reach up, lift. Lowering yourself down, keep that left knee hovered above the ground. You're pressing through that left hip, stay strong. Return the hands to the floor. You're going to step both feet together. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fall. And now, sweeping the arms towards the sky, keep the hips soft. Exhale as you find your chair. Bringing the arms parallel to the floor, look out over those fingers. Inhale high up onto your toes. Exhale as you lower yourself down. Find your low chair. Continue to lift those heels up. As you gaze out over your fingers, be strong. Inhale as you come all the way up. Look up. Exhale as you gaze forward. Gaze forward. No longer available. Hands to the ground. Inhale halfway. Exhale. You're going to step your right foot back. Allow the foot now 90 degrees. And now cartwheeling your arms open. Find your warrior two. Continue to breathe, lengthen to your spine. As you lower down, keep that front knee above the ankle. That back foot is anchored to the floor, the inside, the outside. Continue to breathe. And turning your left palm towards the sky. Dance your arms back. Find your exalted warrior. Inhale back to warrior two, lengthening through that front leg. Send the right hip back, reach forward. Then allow that hand to the shin. As you reach up, find your triangle pose. Turn that right hand now so the pinky faces down. The palm faces inward. And maybe reach forward as if you're holding the world between your arms. Continue to breathe. Keep your face soft. You're going to inhale back to warrior two. And now you're going to cartwheel your hands forward. As you come up onto the top of the toes, you're going to step yourself back, find your high plank. Taking the right hand to the center, find the edge of both feet. And you're going to find your plank pose. Lifting that top leg if you can. Breathe. Bringing the hands back to the floor. Take one full breath. Come all the way down. Push forward and up. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Take the left hand to the center. Find the edge of your feet and reach up, find your side plank. Again, lift that top leg if you can. Continue to breathe. And returning now your hand to the floor. Push yourself back. Find your downward facing dog. A breath together in through the nose. Open the mouth. On an inhale, right heel to the ceiling. Exhale as you draw that knee down and under, step through. Allow that back heel 90 degrees. And again, cartwheel yourself into warrior two. Relax the shoulders. Tuck the tailbone. Belly to the spine. Stay strong. Continue to lower down into that front knee. Turn your palm to the sky. Dance the arms back. Exalted warrior. Breathe into the right ribs. Inhale back to warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Press back through the left hip. And now taking that right hand to the shin. You're going to bring the left arm up. Stack one shoulder over the other. And turning again the pinky down. Bring it in line with your ear. And reaching out, hold the world if you can. Breathe. Continue to breathe. And now return yourself to warrior two. Sweeping the arms towards the sky. Bring your hands down. And you're going to step both feet together. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, fall. Taking 4 fingers under each heel. Pinkies touch, thumbs to the outside. Even hide your forearms. And now inhale as you press your hips towards the sky. Exhale as you draw your forehead towards your shin. Keep yourself strong. Continue to pull the belly up and in. Create space. Keep your breath soft. Keep coming back to that intention. Find that positive thoughts, feeling. Plant your seeds. Lifting onto your toes, bring your hands to the front. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fall. Soften the knees. Now sweep your arms up, keep the hips soft. Exhale as you lower yourself down. Find your chair. Inhale high up onto your toes. Exhale, bring your hands to heart as you lower your hips towards the ground. One more full breath. Inhale as you sweep your arms towards the sky, palms touch. Exhale as you bring your hands to heart. Breathe. Release the arms. Relax the shoulders. Soften the knees and give yourself a sway side to side. Now find stillness one more time, bringing those shoulders down and back. And now taking your hands to your hips. You're going to take that right knee towards the ground. And then reach back and either from the inside or the outside, hold on to the foot. Again, find your balance. Find one focal point. Now on an inhale, left arm towards the sky. And exhale now, as you press that foot up into the hand, hinge from the hip. Keep your chest lifted, and you're gazing out. Continue to lift the chest as you press that foot up into the hand, lifting the leg. Breathe. One more full breath. And on an inhale, coming all the way forward, release that foot to the ground. Inhale as you sweep your arms towards the sky. Exhale as you bring your arms down, the right goes under the left. Wraps once or twice, palms touch if they can. Inhale, look back into the elbows. And squeezing the legs, find your chair pose. You're going to shift your weight onto the right foot. Lift the left leg up and over, and now the foot can wrap once or twice. Stay gentle on the knee. You're going to inhale, so you're looking into the back of the elbow. You're going to exhale as you squeeze your legs together. Find your eagle pose. You're calm, you're relaxed, your shoulders are soft, and you're trying to sit up into that chair. Squeeze the legs, root to your mat. And now unraveling the legs, you're going to send that left heel back. As you hinge at the hips, your gaze moves from forward to down. Inner thighs pull towards one another. Your toes are down, your heel is up. Find your warrior three. Release your hands to the ground. One on either side of that foot, and now pull the belly to the spine as you lift your leg up as high as you can. Find your split stance. Remembering it's not how it looks, it's how it feels. You're strong in that right leg. Belly to the spine, create space for your forehead to come towards your shin. Sweep that left foot so it touches through the right. Inhale halfway, exhale fall. Soften the knees, belly to the spine. Sweep your arms up, keep the hips low. Exhale as you bring your hands to heart. Find your chair. Inhale high up onto your toes. Exhale, lower those hips towards the ground. Inhale, sweep your arms towards the sky. Palms touch, look up. Maybe even look back as you squeeze your bottom, hips forward. Take one more full breath. Now inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring your hands to heart. Release. Shoulders up and back. And now soften the knees, shoulders. Just give yourself a little sway side to side. Find stillness, shoulders up and back. Set your back. Hands to the hip. Now take your left knee to the ground. Reach back, and again from the inside or the outside, depending on your shoulder, grab onto the top of the foot, bring the knee back to the center. Inhale, right arm towards the ceiling. And now exhale as you press that foot up into the hand, hinge forward, keep your arm lifted, your chest lifted. As you gaze out, find your dancer pose. Focus. Breathe. On an inhale, coming all the way back. Allow the foot to the ground and bring your hands to the side. Inhale, sweep the arms towards the sky. Exhale as you bring your arms down, the left goes under the right. Wraps once or twice. And looking into the back of the elbows. You're going to inhale, lift. Exhale as you squeeze the legs together. You're shifting your weight now to the left foot. Right foot comes up high. And goes up and over, wraps once or twice. Remember, gentle on the knee. You're going to inhale, lengthen to the spine. Elbows parallel to the ground. And exhale as you squeeze, lower those hips. Breathe. you're staying soft, you're staying focused. Continue to look into the back of the elbows. One more full breath. Now releasing the leg, you're going to send that right heel towards the back wall. As you hinge at the hip, you're moving your gaze from forward to down. Continue to breathe. Press through that right heel. Hips are square to the ground, inner thighs activated. Stay strong. A little wobbly. That's okay. Nice. Stay nice. Release the hands now to the ground. One on either side of the left foot. You're going to inhale as you lift that leg. Exhale as you create space. Allow the forehead towards the shin. Continue to keep breathing space into that right hip. And on each exhale, let yourself sink further towards that left shin. One more full breath. Allow that right foot to the floor and step the left back to meet it. Find your high plank. One full breath. Lowering down onto your right elbow, onto your left elbow. Breathe. Stepping back up, right and then left. Push yourself all the way back. Find your downward facing dog. On an inhale, right heel to the ceiling. Exhale as you draw the knee to the same side elbow. Breathe. Lower to the wrist. Back to the elbow. Inhale, heel to the ceiling. Exhale, knee to the nose, round the spine. Inhale, heel to the ceiling. Exhale, knee to the opposite elbow. Hold one full breath. Lower to the wrist. Back to the elbow. Extend the leg, find the edge of both feet, and open yourself up. Find your fallen star. Breathe. Return the hand to the floor. Step yourself back to plank and all the way back. Find your downward facing dog. On an inhale, forward to plank. Lower to the left elbow, to the right elbow. Stepping back up, left hand, right hand. And push all the way back, downward facing dog. Left heel to the ceiling. Exhale as you bring the knee to the same side elbow. Hold one full breath. Lower to the wrist. One full breath. And back to the elbow. Inhale, heel to the ceiling. Exhale, knee to the nose, round the spine. Inhale, heel to the ceiling. Exhale, knee to the opposite elbow. One full breath. Lower to the wrist. Back to the elbow. Extend the leg. Find the edge of both feet. And again, open yourself up just to the sky. Taking the arm back down. You're going to step yourself back and all the way push into downward facing dog. A breath together. In through the nose. Open the mouth. One more time. In through the nose. Open the mouth. On an inhale, come forward to plank. Now whether you're on your toes or on your knees, take a full breath. Keep the elbows squeezed against the ribs and lower to your belly in 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and in 1, uncurl the toes. And now bending both knees, reach back and try to hold on to the tops of each foot from the outside. Bring the knees back to center. Roll the shoulders onto your back. And now on an inhale, you're going to press those feet into the hands as you lift up legs and chest, moving away from the mat. Continue to breathe as you press those feet into the hands. Lift, bow pose. toes. One more full breath. And releasing yourself to the ground. Hands underneath the shoulders. Allow yourself onto your right cheek. As you allow your heels to fall out, take a moment to yourself. Feel your heart. Continue to breathe deep into the belly, chest. Try to slow down that breath. Lifting just your head, lower to your left cheek. And again, just lifting your head, chin to the mat. Take your hands under your shoulders. Curl the toes. And now push yourself up and all the way back. Find your child pose. On an inhale, you're going to find yourself tabletop. Hands under the wrists, or hands underneath the shoulders, knees under the hips. And now, you're going to bring yourself up onto those knees. Stand up onto those knees and keep your toes tucked to protect. Relax your shoulders down and back. Take a full breath all the way up. And as you exhale, bring the hands to the small of your back. Fingers are facing down, thumbs to the outside. Draw your shoulders down and back, your elbows face back. And now inhale, as you press through the hips, squeezing your glutes, you're going to open up the chest, draw your ribs away from your hips, start to look up, open your heart. You may want to stay here, or you can take your right hand to the right heel, left hand to the left heel. Continue to squeeze your glutes, hips forward as you find your camel pose. If you've removed your hands from the small of your back, meet me there. And on an inhale, lengthen. And exhale, uncurl the toes and sit yourself back onto your heels. Now you can use a block for the next couple of poses, one or two, a couple of books, anything that can give you a little height on the floor if you find that you're limited in any of these stretches. So find yourself to the middle. Your knees face out, your toes touch, and you're sitting into that space between each foot. You're going to roll your shoulders back. You're going to squeeze your bottom, so you lengthen first. And now moving down onto maybe your elbows. Try to keep those knees down. That's the most important. If the knees start to lift, you're going too far. And as you start to give through your hips, you might be able to allow your head to the ground, opening yourself up. Find your hero pose. Again, if those knees can't stay down, then stay on your elbows. Feel the length, the top of your thighs across your hips. And at any point that a stretch does not feel good for you, I'd like you to come back to a child pose or a seated position. Start walking yourself back up. Protect your back by bringing those hands underneath and walk yourself all the way. Bring those knees together. And now walk yourself back into tabletop. On the inhale, I want you to send your hips to the ceiling. Tailbone up. Open up the space between your chin and your chest. Between your chest and your ribs. Between your ribs and your hips. I'll get it right. And draw a nice big stretch. Exhale, as you tuck the tailbone under, draw the belly in, chin to the chest. Again, blossom, open, chin to the ceiling. Exhale, tuck, belly in, chin to the chest. Come back to tabletop. You're going to walk yourself in, and you're just going to take your left foot forward. You're going to find an angle of about 45 degrees, flex at the ankle. And you're going to just slide into that right hip. As you walk yourself first down onto your elbows, take a full breath to lengthen your spine. And then as you exhale, you're falling over Allow your forehead to the ground. Think about pulling your right hip forward as you press your left hip back, just to find the balance. Keep the weight centered so you're not leaning off to the right. Continue to breathe. And walking those hands back, you're going to curl those back toes under. You're going to push yourself all the way back. Find your downward facing dog. You're going to take the right heel to the ceiling. And you're going to exhale as you bring the knee underneath. Just let it sit behind the right wrist. Allow the left knee to the ground. Again, find that angle. Walk yourself up to lengthen your spine. And now fall forward over as you first come onto your elbows. Maybe all the way down, find your pigeon pose. Again, left hip this time is coming forward, right hip pushes back. Start walking those hands back. And now allow your weight to your right hip, let it just sit onto the ground. Swing your left foot forward. Both feet now flexed at the ankle, toes to the ceiling. Take a full breath all the way up. Interlace the fingers, index release, cross the thumb. And now exhale as you hinge at the hip. Reach forward to where you feel you can't reach any further without rounding your back. And then just let the arms fall. Toes fall out, palms to the sky. Allow your chin to fall towards your chest. A block underneath your tailbone often helps if you're tight through the hamstring or you have issues with your lower back. You're going to walk your palms into the mat, bring them to your hips. You're going to walk your feet so they're flat into the ground. Take your arms parallel to the floor. Just roll yourself back onto your tailbone. Bring your feet together, knees together, maybe lengthen through the legs. You're going to breathe as you give yourself an imaginary hug. Exhale as you open. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, hold. And now lengthening towards the ground, rounding through the spine. Bring yourself all the way down. Walk your feet in so you can touch your heels with your fingertips and give a squeeze through your glutes. Press your hips to the ceiling. Give your bridge pose. Release any tension through your hips. Lowering your hips to the ground now. You're going to open up through the left arm. Bring the knees into the chest. Take that right arm to the outside of the left knee and just guide those knees now down to the right as you follow your chin over that left shoulder. Find yourself in this universal twist. You're more than welcome now to close your eyes. And I want you to come back now and focus not only on your breath, slowing it down, but also I want you to bring to the forefront of your mind that positive thought. It's ready to blossom now. You've used that focus, that thought, that focal point. And now I want you to take this with you throughout your day. That positive thought, that positive feeling, and anything that has not been serving you, I'd like you to leave behind. Take an inhale as you bring the knees up over the chest, realign the spine. Right arm opens. Guide those knees now down to the left as your gaze follows the right arm. Inhale to center. Stretch. Returning your arms to the ground, palms